Ha ha ha! Today is vlog day 958. Good morning. It's a rainy Friday here in Paris, and I thought that it would be a wonderful time to go for a bike ride because, believe it or not, as long as it's not a torrential downpour, it's actually a lot of fun to go for a bike ride in the rain. And I haven't gone on a tour with Bike About Tours in months. And this morning it's also Emily's tour, so I figured I'd go and try to be as big of a distraction as I possibly could for her. But also to give you a preview of what to expect if you're looking for a bike tour here in Paris, I think it's the best one to go on. And there's a cement truck in my way. Like, not making this stuff up. He's struggling. I do have my rain jacket with me just in case it gets nuts. And I might actually put it on even with these sprinkles because this jacket is not as rainproof as it looks. And after coffee and a waffle, I'll be ready to hop on a bike. Forgot it's March 1st, which means I charge my Navigo first. Okay, now we're back on track. There are a couple of updates to make to this video too. That's part of the reason I'm doing it, for those of you that are hoping to do a bike tour. Not that the previous videos were misinformative, but there's, just new information. The first big change is that they're actually going to start meeting at the Peloton in the morning. It used to be that they met in front of Notre Dame, but instead, now, you're going to meet at the Peloton. You can get a coffee before you go, which is that's all I want right now. It's exactly what I want. The other thing is, for full disclosure, this isn't a paid advertisement, but they do give me a referral fee if you do sign up and say that I sent you. So when you sign up, be sure you said that I sent you. Anyways, let's go get a waffle. From the Peloton, your guide, in this case Emily, will walk you all the way to the bikes. They're not very far away, they're actually underground in a garage, so they'll be nice and dry and your butt won't get wet when you sit on it. Benefit. Downside, you go to the bathroom and the guide knows you well. She'll leave you behind. They went ahead to get set up on the bikes, so I know where I'm going. I'll catch up to them here in a second. Then it's off to the races. My ulterior motive for coming out here, as I said yesterday in my vlog, is that I want to see how many new Space Invaders there are on the route. There are a few more that have supposedly been reactivated or put back up that I don't have. At least I don't think I have. So we can find those Space Invaders. Today's a win for me. So far we've spotted 2 Space Invaders. I actually went in and gave them a little speech about Space Invaders, which is great. We'll see how many more we spot, but one of them was the one we got yesterday on the wheel. De Paris n'importe bras dessus en chantant des chansons bras dessus de Paris n'importe bras dessus en chantant des chansons. Some of the stops are better than others. This is probably one of the best ones out in Place des Vosges. Now, depending on which guide you get, they might walk you into the park. I usually stopped in the corner over there, right next to house. There's a lot of interesting stuff, like house. Spoiler alert, that you get to see while you're on these tours. There's also another Space Invader right over there, and I can actually see it from here. We're not close enough to get it. But if you're on the tour, make sure you have the flash invaders up before you start, because you'll be able to get a few, at the very least. Anywho, we're getting close to our snack break. In the middle of the tour, which lasts about 3.5 hours or something like that, there's a snack break / lunch break depending on the time of day. That's what I'm most looking forward to right now. We have a few more stops between us and that. All I've eaten today has been a banana so far. So yeah, there's a reason I'm hungry.
when you get to this part of the tour, right as you leave Place des Vosges, just after at the end of this little street, don't forget to look back. It's a wonderful view and you don't want to miss it. Pro tip.
De Paris n'importe. Bras sûr. En chantant des chansons.
Ooh, that's a new one. I don't have that one. Don't bother waiting for me, I'll catch up. I gotta get this. Ah. And immediately after that one, what? Turkey? Oh, not made by Invader. Got me, suckered me in. I was really excited. He has a couple that look sort of like that, so. But you know, at least I got one new one. That's exciting. Anyways, I gotta catch up to the group now. Look at that, left me behind. Oh, but I gotta stop because there's another one right here. I don't have this one either. I'm never gonna catch up to them. 2 out of 3, not so bad. What? What?
2 out of 3 what?
I got 2 Space Invaders and 1 was fake. This is what this tour is about. It's what my tour is about.
I'm impressed.
How are you doing?
I'm good. My voice is holding up. I'm really supporting my diaphragm. So, how are you, Jay?
She's doing great. I'm doing fine. Just bouncing around finding Space Invaders.
Calling the hits on like 40-something?
Oh, they've found a ton lately. It's a competition between some of the local families and me, apparently.
Between the children and Jay.
Those kids, man, they're after me.
De Paris n'importe. Bras sûr. En chantant des chansons. Bras sûr.
It's so nice to get out on a bike again. Definitely chill in Paris. The weather's been fine, the rain stopped. Paris is so beautiful when it's overcast, especially when there's texture to the clouds. Don't get me wrong, I love blue skies. It's just that they're not so great for photos, and it's just nice. I don't know, Paris is great in all weather. Also, this one's a dangerous one to get, but if you can, there's a Space Invader right here by this pizza shop. That one's gonna be tough, because you gotta keep moving on this one, so. But so you know it's there. I think we're up to 5 or 6 Invaders now on the tour. Not so bad. There are 2 more that we're gonna hit very soon that I know of. I'm nerding out here. If for those of you that just want to take a bike tour in Paris, you don't have to do the Space Invader thing. You can just wander through the city on a bike, and it's pretty great as it is. And while the construction certainly is complicating things today a little bit, we're doing a lot of work around town right now. Many of you are probably wondering, like, well, is it safe to ride your bike around Paris? And the answer is yes. Bike lanes everywhere. Today we're going really slow. I mean, you just kind of take a nice easy pace. The cars are generally very respectful of bikes. Honestly, the most dangerous part about doing a bike tour is the pedestrians. You gotta watch out for foot traffic. Those guys will get you. Aside from that, phenomenal. And you get to see so much of the city within just a few hours. It's definitely one of the first things I recommend to friends and family, anybody that comes to town. But even if you have been to Paris before, you've lived here for a while, it's really nice just to see everything above ground and get around quickly. And it's really nice just to have somebody to show you around, because then you can enjoy yourself. You're not worried about finding a route. You're not worried about traffic and blah, blah, blah. You're just kind of chilling. I'm at the back of the pack right now, and it's definitely real chill. But not so chill that I don't want lunch. That's still what I'm craving. We're getting closer. I do have this one. I got it yesterday. Sunshine for a moment. Oh, just gonna absorb this. Emily's talking. I'm absorbing sunlight.
De Paris n'importe. Bras sûr. En chantant des chansons. Bras sûr. De Paris n'importe. Bras sûr. En chantant des chansons. Bras sûr. De Paris n'importe. Bras sûr. En chantant des chansons. Bras sûr.
The flower market, which on Sundays turns into a bird market. Thankfully today is not Sunday because it's more of a challenge to get through here, but it is entertaining to see all the chickens. There are a lot of other kinds of birds too, but the chickens. And every time I come through, there are 2 huge chickens, and it seems like nobody ever wants to buy them. So say hi to the chickens for me. I'm running away from the group now just so I can keep riding for a second.
Bras sûr. En chantant des chansons. Bras sûr.
few Space Invaders over here on the fountain. There's actually a couple more along here, so that brings us up to what, 7? Then there's an 8th one just around the corner here, and a 9th one ahead, which I don't think we're actually gonna pass that one because we're gonna take this route. There are like a few different ways you can go through here, but yeah, I can get off the Space Invader kick again. All I want is lunch.
En chantant des chansons, bras dessus.
There's one that's been reactivated on the corner behind me. There's a Mario star ahead of me. It's a good collection. And we're finally at lunch. Now, there have been some changes to the street since the last time I was here, but the Smith's Bakery, probably the best spot on the street, unless there's something new that's gone in that's even better. And there's a cave à bière here as well if you want to buy some beer, like good craft beer for sale in this place. These guys are in my guide, along with a whole bunch of other places. If you didn't realize, I also have a guide that you can download PDF, like over 240 different recommendations, a bunch of essays about what to do in the city, where to stay, how to avoid scams, all that stuff, all for like 20 bucks, which I'll link below as well. So go on a bike tour, but also grab my guide, you know, for more than what you see on the bike tour. Worth it. I thought about getting a quiche because you can never go wrong with quiche, but then they've got croque jambon and croque, like a bunch of different croques that I've never had before. So give one of those a try, and the cookie too, because I'm obsessed with finding the right cookies in town, and it was like amazing. I'm coming back for the crumble. It's good. I'm gonna save the cookie, I think, for later, but I'll let you know how it is once I've had it. From here, we're gonna bounce down back to the river, ride around in the Louvre a little bit, and take the secret tunnel. There are a couple more Space Invaders down here. I'm gonna keep those secret. I gotta like leave some parts of this tour out so that, you know, you get an idea what's on it, but there's a lot of good stuff to go. I'm gonna eat this now. Of course, if you're going to visit the Louvre, I do have a video about that. It's one of my most popular videos, if not my most popular video, how to do the Louvre quickly and efficiently. It's not an exhaustive guide to the Louvre because this place would absorb your entire life if you gave it to it. It's just to help you if you're running short on time, plot a route through to see the best stuff, and of course, if you got the time, take the time. Spend a lot of time in the Louvre if you can. Well worth it. This part is the best kept non-secret in Paris. A lot of people don't know where this is, how to get to it, how to enjoy it. The secret tunnel is like my favorite part of the whole tour. I broke away, snuck off, stole the bike. It's a really fun tour. It's a great way to go. 3.5 hours might sound long, but it goes by really quickly. You see a lot, and it's not hard. Paris is pretty flat. Very enjoyable. I might get a real coffee here. And then I've got a meetup tonight, so I gotta go home and work, edit, get to that meetup. Oh man, that wasn't recording that whole time. I gotta go. It's starting to rain a lot harder. If you managed to make it out, it was great to meet you. Thanks for coming out. If you missed it, don't worry. There'll be a lot more of them in the near future. We're back to full on gray, and an expression that I never heard before I moved overseas. It is spitting rain right now. That's the perfect way to say it. Rain aside, I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for yet more enjoyable times from gray Paris, probably gray, I'm guessing. And I hope you're having a wonderful weekend wherever it is you are. Also, happy 2 years to me. Today is officially my 2-year anniversary of staying in Paris, living in Paris. I moved here 2 years ago today. Getting a little bit hyperactive. I'll see you tomorrow.
everything